Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning over there. How you guys doing?
Good, good. How you doing, Skip? Oh, go. Yeah. Oh, he up to go his things again.
He was up to his old tricks again last night. In the fourth quarter, he shot 2 late, run up the score threes. He did it 2 nights in a row. Would you believe that with 3:51 left, he made a 3 that put them up 16, and then 2:50 left, he makes another 3 that puts them up 18. And you're defending that?
Yeah.
You're goading that?
I tell you what.
How could you do that? How does he get away with this?
Ask the Pelicans what it's like to be up by 17 with 6 minutes to go. Is the game over?
Yeah. Well, hey, ask the Pelicans what it does feel like to get up 17 because they got firepower.
But they lost.
All right, yeah.
They ain't put that out.
Yeah.
You know what it is, Skip.
Yeah, until playoff time, it's game time.
We have so much to get to, so much packed show today, but plenty of news surrounding Deshaun Watson. I want to break down for you guys right now. Despite the Houston Texans insisting that a disgruntled Deshaun Watson will be their quarterback in 2021, they have added another signal caller to the group just in case, agreeing with Tyrod Taylor on a 1-year, $12.5 million deal. Reports then surfaced yesterday that Watson prefers to be traded to Denver or San Francisco. And then just last night, sexual assault allegations were made against Watson, which led the QB to put out a statement denying the allegations and saying he looks forward to clearing his name. No criminal charges have been filed at this point. So this is really just coming out. So Shannon, with all of that, what do you make of everything?
Skip, I think we have to take what Jenny addressed last and approach it first.
Okay.
It is an allegation. Allegation is not guilty. Let's let this run its course. Let the authorities, if they need to get involved, because I don't think charges have been filed. It's just a lawsuit.
None that we know of.
Let this run its course.
Yep.
And then the appropriate action should be taken place.
We have not even seen the lawsuit.
We haven't even seen the lawsuit. So Skip, I don't even feel comfortable giving it oxygen, considering there's so little that we know about the situation. But since the guy put it out there on IG, Deshaun responded, says, I look forward to clearing my name, is something that we have to address. Hopefully, it comes to it, whatever happens, it plays its way out, and then we can move on. To Deshaun on the football field. What they're talking about, Skip, you and I have talked about, and I said from the very beginning, the best situation for Deshaun Watson, I believe, was in the 49ers. I've also talked to people close to Deshaun. The 49ers would be a place that he would welcome an opportunity. Yep. Now, Deshaun Watson holds the cards because, Skip, he has the no-trade clause. Someone can come out of the woodworks and say, okay, we have this. But if it's not someplace Deshaun is willing to go, well, you're kind of stuck because he's not going to just let you ship him off to nowhere. The Broncos, I'm like, okay, yeah, I would love to, Skip, that's my team, played 12 years there, won some championships. So I love the Broncos. And would I love to see him there? Sure. But I believe a better situation for him, football-wise, career-wise, would be the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan. They just re-signed Trent Williams, highest-paid left tackle in football. He's one of the premier left tackles in football. So they solidified that. They have a signal caller in Kyle Shanahan, Skip. We know what he can do. Matt Ryan went to the Super Bowl, won an MVP with Kyle Shanahan calling the plays. Jimmy Garoppolo had some of his best years. The problem with Jimmy G, he can't stay healthy. And you can't win championships when you're supposedly one of your best players, the guy that touches the ball on every snap, can't stay healthy. So from the beginning, I would like to see Kyle and Deshaun link up. But all this stuff about Deshaun would welcome a trade. Look, let me tell you what Deshaun wants more than anything. To be gone from Houston. That's what he wants more than anything. There is irreparable harm that has been done between Cal McNair, Easterby, and he doesn't even really know the new guy, but because of how it all shook out, Caserio, he doesn't really know him. But he's like, hey, but I know the two guys that's been here, and they were dishonest to me. I would like to move on, and I'm going to do everything in my power to see that through. So you do what you need to do. I'm just going to sit over here and do what I need to do. But I believe Deshaun Watson wants to be gone more than anything. But he's not going to let you just ship him anywhere. The 49ers would be very good. I like the Broncos personally because that's my team. But the 49ers is the best place for Deshaun.
Okay, got it. I am here to tell you that more than anything in the world, the Houston Texans do not want Deshaun to be gone.
They do not.
Okay. So issue number one, I'm going to go football first.
Okay.
Tyrod Taylor signed by Houston yesterday and got a pretty good deal. He got $12 million. So it's like low-end starter.
Right.
I've always respected Tyrod Taylor as being a pretty good starting quarterback in the National Football League. He is definitely a viable alternative if you don't have Deshaun. And to me, he was signed because Houston believes there's a distinct possibility that they're going to just stalemate all the way through camp and that Deshaun is going to be forced to sit on ice next year while they just say, well, you're under contract for the next, 4 years? Actually, more than 4 years.
Actually, this year, if I'm not mistaken, Skip, this is his option. So the 4 years, the fourth year doesn't start until next year.
Okay, so they have his rights for a long time.
Correct.
And they're saying, we earned those rights because we paid you last year in your new deal,
Right.
so we are going to exercise our right to keep you. So they're saying Tyrod would work for us because they just acquired Pep Hamilton from the Chargers. And Pep Hamilton, I don't know if you followed his career.
No.
But there was a time he came up under Herman Edwards, close friend of mine. I thought Pep Hamilton was going to be the next big, hot black coach. Like I'm talking about head coach in this league. And I don't know what happened, but he's bounced all around.
Did unbelievable numbers with Andrew Luck.
He did.
Justin Herbert.
He did. And he had one shot with the D.C. Defenders in the XFL, and it didn't last very long, but that was his one head coaching shot. But anyway, he was with the Chargers last year. Now he's with David Culley, the new coach of the Houston Texans, as the sort of assistant head coach and the offensive coordinator. So for Tyrod, who worked with Pep last year, this works. This is a nice fit.
Somebody's familiar with the system.
Okay, got it. So I think they are preparing for the worst with Tyrod to be their starting quarterback, not while Deshaun's gone, but while he sits out next year. And then they'll just play chicken with him. Well, how long do you want to sit? Because, yeah, we'll keep paying you to sit.
Right.
But how long are you going to like not playing football? So that's going to be the issue going forward. And I think this story has just begun, and it's going to get ugly for a long time.
I do believe, but Skip, knowing Deshaun the little bit that I know him, is that, and you see how active he's become with social issues. He realized that sometimes these boycotts that Dr. King and these people, Skip, they didn't last a week. They last 6 months. They last a year.
I hear you.
So he has to understand when you take a stance like this, you got to be willing to see it through.
You do, and it's hard because he loves
the game of football. Yes,
does he? And no one competes any harder or better at a higher level than Deshaun, and he would obviously miss it. But if his principles are such that he believes he has been done so wrong by that organization without being allowed to have much, if any, input,
right,
then you got to stand by your principles, and you got to be willing just to sit at home for a whole football season, watching from afar while your team struggles or whatever's going. They're probably going to struggle.
Yes.
Okay. So now we go back to Deshaun. Obviously, he's be able to pick and choose where he gets traded to. So we're back to the Athletic report. Great with the 49ers, but to your point, the Broncos threw me a big curveball because all the speculation has been Jets or Dolphins.
Right.
Well, the Athletic report, for which I have respect, is saying no Jets, no Dolphins, but Broncos, 49ers. To your point, 49ers make all the sense in the world, and I would believe that could be the #1 destination on his list. But your Broncos, since Peyton left and they won their Super Bowl, what was it, 5 years ago?
5 years, yep.
They have not made the playoffs since. And in
They've been
4 of
close.
those years, they were under 500.
That is correct.
Whew, really? So they went 5-11 last year. And so I look at what would be intriguing to him. Jerry Jeudy.
They got some young talent. They got Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton's coming up. They got Tim Patrick. They got Noah Fant. Skip, they got a decent skill position.
I like KJ Hamler when he was at Penn State because he can fly.
Yes.
Okay, so it's decent, but is it better than Kittle and Debo and Ayuk? I don't think so.
No.
Is it better than Trent Williams? And by the way, I had my list. We're going to talk about our best remaining free agents, but as I went to sleep last night, Trent Williams was by far #1 on my list, and he was the #1 free agent acquisitioner out there on the list of non-quarterbacks that there was, period, end of story.
Yes.
Because he's a Hall of Famer. I'm pretty sure he's going to join you in the Hall of Fame.
Because, Skip, what you can do is that you like, okay, Trent, you got him. And now we can slide the protection to protect other places. And we don't have to worry about that. Your premium guy, we're not chipping, we're not helping. He's neutralized that.
Nope.
So, and plus he was talking to the Chiefs.
He was.
But
so he got huge money.
The biggest in NFL history for a lineman.
And he deserves it because he's made 8 straight Pro Bowls. And he was, that draft year, if you go back to 2012, he was the 4th overall pick. My Oklahoma Sooners dominated because they had 3 of the top 4, starting with Sam Bradford. And the point is that he has lived up to that status the whole way.
Yes.
And he is a premium left tackle.
Yep.
So for Deshaun, I'd say, bingo. I would be great in San Francisco, and I'm sure Kyle Shanahan would love to have Deshaun Watson over Jimmy G.
Of course.
So there's no doubt about any of that, but I still say